Hey guys, I am super excited. Well, I'm not. I shouldn't say that. I'm not super excited. Well, maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little. I'm trying to subside it. I'm trying to like lower it down. Okay, hey, calm down, excitement. Just don't get too. Okay, basically, well, before I say anything, my fan is on, so if it disturbs you, I'm sorry, but it's really hot right now, so yeah, I kind of need the fan. So I hope that doesn't bother you. But anyways, okay, just last night, um, there was this thing, that was released. I didn't really know what it was. It's just some people were talking about it. They were talking about it. This thing called PT. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? I guess it's only for PS4. It was basically a demo, like a teaser thing that you got to play, um, for a horror game. And I was like, what is this? And I heard some other things that were rumors, but it wasn't confirmed or anything. But I watched a lot of it, and I got so invested into this demo. I mean, it's not even. I mean, the things that are done in the demo are fucking pretty outstanding, but it's not like there's a lot to it. It's only one room, and you keep going to one room. Like you see like this hallway, this area of the house, and then you go to the next door into like the cellar or whatever, into the basement, and then it loops. You come out of the door that you just came from, and it keeps looping. But if you do certain things and the game doesn't tell you how to do these things, the game doesn't explain itself. It's completely an abstract experience with the horror and telling you what to do. Like, it doesn't tell you shit. I kind of like that. It kind of makes it more scarier in a way, the design choice of that philosophy. Like, just the fact that you don't know completely what to do. Yes, you can get aggravated, but at the same time, if you stick with it, it also creates this fresh experience of horror instead of telling you what to do, or tutorials, or things in a formula. It's amazing. Like, I felt truly scared. Like, I was invested into this demo, and I was just watching somebody play it, because obviously I don't have a PS4. I don't know if it's on the PS3 PSN store. I don't think it is. I think it's just PS4. But it's completely free. If you have a PS4, you can get it right now and play it for yourself. But I just, like, I was watching I watched numerous people play it. I watched about maybe 4 people play it, and it doesn't like show everything. Like, some people get stuck. A lot of people get stuck, and you don't know what to do. And at some points you think it's over, but it's not. It's like, it's crazy. Like, it was pretty insane. It just created this atmosphere, like you're in this house, and it looks completely real. This is a thing. Like, I don't really talk about realistic you know how I am about graphics. I mean, that's the last thing I care about is graphics. But for this type of, like, for horror games, graphics help it make it better. It does. Because the more realistic it looks in a horror setting, if it's truly scary, that amplifies the experience. And it makes it better. And this did that. It looked so real. Even the shifting, when you turn your character, it's in first person. Turning the character feels like it's really you. You're really in there, and everything looks so detailed. The lighting is good, the shadowing is good. Holy cow. It was amazing. And like, you hear things on the radio and this weird creepy shit, and then like, I mean, I'm probably going to spoil it, cuz I mean, I want to talk about this. I didn't expect to make a video, but I decided to make a video because this is something that I love. As the title says, but I haven't said it yet in the video. But anyways, like it was creepy. Like the sound effects are good. They're really good. Like that's one thing about horror games is sound effects are important. If you have sound effects that aren't that good, it's not gonna come across to me. It's not gonna sell me on the horror part of it. The sound effects have to be, for the most part, decent. But like the creaking doors opening and slamming shut, doors slowly opening, the sound effects are all perfect. It completely absorbs you into it. It's so perfect. And like you see pictures of family around the house and it's just really creepy. It's like this surreal experience. It's like you see these pictures, like these people were from like the 70s or 80s, like that old type of feeling of look of people back then. It's got that feel to it. And like you go around and then one of the doors starts banging and then it opens slowly after a bit. And then you just see cockroaches like seamlessly crawling out of the door, and it's creepy. And then you stare in, like you press this, I guess there's a zoom button, and you zoom into the crack of the door. It's all dark, you can't see. And then you just see this weird like figure, and it just grabs the door and shuts it. That was one of the moments that scared me. I got scared, legitimately scared, because quickly, like I didn't see completely what that figure was. So obviously, knowing me, I'm a horror buff. I love to see shit. I went back and paused on the frame, and I seen what it was, and it was disturbing. I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was done very well. I was scared. I was legitimately scared. So anyways, the door opens up later. There's cockroaches crawling all over the fucking walls and shit. And remember, this looks real. So this is like fucking, you get that feeling of it feels weird. It's like, it's awesome. It's making you feel these things you're supposed to feel in a horror game and doing it well. And you get in the door, you grab the flashlight, whatever. The door shuts behind you, of course. You can't get out. And this part was cool because, okay, you look in the mirror, right? It's all rusty. Like you can't see yourself in the mirror. You can see from your character that you are. You can see from here down here, just like the chest and below. The top part, you can't see the face because it's all the mirror's all scraped and rusted, right? And when you look down at the sink, but by the way, like I'm saying this demo straight out. So if you have a PS4 and I've convinced you to give the demo a try. It's free on PS4. Go play it and stop this video and don't listen to what I have to say from this point. I mean, we're getting into shit here. Anyways, back to what I was saying. When you look in the sink, it's fucking bloody, and it shows a demon baby fetus. And you think, oh, that's just, that's typical demon baby fetus. But it's the way that it's done. It is done in a fucking scary, disturbing, abstract manner. And I'm going to get into the detail of that, what I mean by that, how it's done well. First of all, you see the baby. It's got like this weird shaped head, like it's got a bump on its head. There's no eyes, there's no nose, just a mouth. And it's got this little fat little belly. It's got this little baby belly. It's got the little arms and the little feet. It's all detailed perfectly. And you're looking at this thing, and it's like its two ribs are pulsating like this, like going like this. It's actually pulsating. And then you start to hear the baby cry. Now, again, like I said with the sound effects of the baby crying are done well. They're not just stock baby crying sound effects. These are done well. Every sound that the baby makes through audio is reflected in the facial animation, the mouth animations of how it's crying. It's not just like crying and then you just hear random crying noises and it's not matching sync with the mouth. It's actually matching sync with the mouth. That's the first thing, like that's one of the things that really struck me was like how realistic this is done. And like the baby starts crying in a weird way and like it's showing in the mouth and you feel bad for it, and it's like it's so you're feeling disturbed at the same time, and it's like fucking cool, and it's oh my god, it's crazy, and you just see the little ribs pulsating. I can't get that out of my mind. It's insane. So then after a bit of time, someone's trying to open the door, and the door does open eventually, and you can push it open, and then you're like, oh, where fucking, what was that? And then like later on, you go to the same like pictures, and you see the picture by the radio, and it shows like a wife and husband couple, like a marriage picture, where they're together, just their faces. The guy's got the bow tie, she's got the wedding dress, and whatever. And later on, after a while, like I said, you go through the cellar to go to keep moving, progressing, but it loops you back to the same fucking hallway, and you go back to the same like you go look at everything to see if there's differences, because like what the fuck's going on, and then you see that picture again, and it shows an X mark on her neck, and it says gouge it out. Like what? And by the way, if I look up like I am right now, I'm looking at my high def TV because I actually my computer, my laptop screen is cracked. I smashed it. It's no good. So I'm using my high def TV as a monitor. I got my HDMI hooked up, so that's if I look up, that's what I'm looking at, just the screen. Anyways, so it's just I was so invested in this fucking demo. It felt so real to me. And then you keep moving on, things slightly change. And then you hear a woman crying and having trouble breathing and shit, and like you turn the corner slowly and you see her just standing there like this monster, and it's weird. It's just standing there, and like if you walk up to her, in an instant it just goes black and she's gone. No fades, just it's abstract. It's instant, and you have to walk where it's dark, and you hear her crying louder, and it's fucking scary, and like you keep going and going through this fucking. It's like you're going down the rabbit hole. How far will this fucking shit go? And oh my god, like I got so scared. Like there was multiple times. There was times where I actually screamed. Like I legitimately screamed because I was terrified. It's insane, because like not a lot of games do that with me. Like no, I mean yeah, I get scared, but it doesn't happen like that. I mean, the only games that make me really do that are like Fatal Frame series and like the Silent Hill trilogy, and that's really about it. Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. Those are the fucking masterpieces. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just yeah. And then anyways, and then there's all these weird puzzles that you can't figure out. They're like hard to figure out. The game doesn't tell you how to figure them out. The game doesn't tell you mechanics. It just throws you in and just expects you to figure it out. This is a good thing and a bad thing, but I liked it more than a bad thing. Excuse me, because I feel it scared me more not knowing what to do. Especially when you're in an area constantly that is perpetuating this eerie atmosphere and constant feel of like claustrophobia and like being afraid of the unknown. It constantly perpetuated that. And not knowing what to do completely also added to that. It added to that. It like seeing this demo being played out, I felt a breath of fresh air. Like, I want to say that I felt a breath of fresh air in the horror genre. I mean, I haven't seen a game quite like this of the potential of it what it can be, because this is just like a demo. This is like a teaser thing. This is not the full game. This is not even, I don't think this is even going to be dealt, like, this is not even going to be part of this is just its own little teaser thing. This is not even going to be part of the main game, I don't think. But if this is what we have to look forward to, if this kind of potential can greatly rise from this demo, and it adds more things, and it actually is a full-fledged amazing experience of scariness that will deeply scare me and shake me, I'm all for it. Because, like I said, I haven't been like deeply shaken by fright in quite some time. I mean, it's been since Fatal Frame, and before that, Silent Hill. And those are the only two series, those games respectively, that are good. For Fatal Frame, all of it. It's all great. For Silent Hill, like I said, 1, 2, and 3, those are the only ones that deeply shake me with fear, and the other ones are just garbage. Like the American Silent Hills. Fuck, I don't even want to talk about those. Those are garbage. Anyways, if it could deeply scare me, I fucking want this. I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm holding my excitement down. I'm trying to not get too excited, because I understand the whole hype train thing, and getting hyped and getting fucking let down is pretty shitty. And I've been around the gaming industry and been fucking buying games and seeing how gaming has been gone since the beginning, and I know that feeling all too well. Especially in recent years, or almost the recent decade, it's just been shit a lot of the time. So I know how it feels. I know getting excited for something and it's just shat on. So I'm going to keep my expectations not too high. That's all I'm saying. But, like, and then it gets, I'll talk a little bit more about it before I wrap up my feelings and talk about the other stuff about what this, I mean, the title will say what this really is. But anyways, so the baby, man, that baby fetus, and it gets worse. You keep going, keep looping in the same hallway, and then the hallway starts to get red. It starts to get fucking red. And then there's a hanging... Alright, in the middle of the hallway where the front door is, there's a hanging, like, light that's making a screeching noise that's swinging slowly. And when the room turns completely red, that swinging light turns into a swinging refrigerator with blood dripping out of it, and it's dripping all over the floor next to the front door, and there's like a baby or like a child crying, and it's legitimate screaming. It sounds like they're really suffering. It's not some fake sound effects. This is real shit, and I felt bad. I felt terrible. I felt all these feelings, like disgusted. It was amazing. And like, before that, the fucking window comes down. Excuse me. And the window breaks on the ground. It just happens so suddenly. You don't expect these scares. And then if you look up, cause there's a balcony upstairs and everything, and if you look up after the window fell, you can see that woman. She's looking down, staring at you, and she's smiling. Oh, and that's the other thing. There's a part, if I think if you mess up, or if it's supposed to happen, if you're just walking and then she just appears and she snaps your neck, and you're all seeing this from your view. You see you don't know that your neck snapped, but it's what it sounds like. You see your vision like twist, and you hear a snap, and then you hear your body just boom, 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 it just falls to the floor, and like you see her face, like she's like shaking, and she's like, and there's like goo, like there's like this weird slime coming out of her mouth. Like it looks so real and scary. She looks legitimately fucking scary, like something out of like The Shining, from like, you know, the part where Jack Nicholson goes in room, is it 302? It was a specific room he goes into, and he like, spoilers, The Shining, he sees this beautiful woman and like in the tub, and she's like completely naked, and then he starts making out with her, and then he looks in the mirror after that while he's doing it, and it turns into this old lady, and she's falling apart, like flesh is peeling off and like gross, and she's like laughing, and she looks all shitty, and it's really a fucked up scene. Anyway, she kind of looks like that, like she resembles it kind of. It's just really disturbing, and everything about her physicality, like everything about her just is distant. It's no, like stay away. Everything is awesome. And like she breaks your neck, and then you start over, and you have to go through the thing again. And then when you get to a certain part, you hear demonic like chanting through the radio, and like there's all this shit that happens. And then it gets to a part later. I'm probably gonna skip ahead. I can't remember in sequence exactly how things go, but there's a part where you go through the cellar, you go through the basement, and it loops again. It's just but then what happens is the when you go through again to loop, your vision gets distorted and it starts to get blurred. There's this blur effect, and then you notice that the hallways are longer, like they're stretched. They're the same hallway, like short little hallway, and then but they're stretched out more. They're like they're longer, and it's really disturbing. And then the music gets all fucking scary, and like you see paintings everywhere and like eyeballs. Just the painting is an eyeball, and it's like turning all around in this loop animation, and there's like all these mouths that you see in the paintings. It's just really fucking bizarre and right up my alley when it comes to horror. Like psychological fucked up horror is what I love. I want to see more of that. You know, Silent Hill did it. Fatal Frame did it with ghosts. It was ghosts, but it still did well. It did it great. I would like to see more horror games like that done well. Like, you know, Silent Hill did it. You know, the Team Silent ones. Or even more so, go crazy. You know what I mean? And, like, it just gets so fucking weird. And, like, there's a part in when you get past all that, there's, like, the game doesn't tell, like I said, the game doesn't tell you shit on what you're supposed to do. You're going to be continue looping, but there are things to make you progress further down the rabbit hole, and you don't know. You just have to do them. You're not going to know what the hell or how the hell to do these things, but you'll do them, and it progresses you. Like, there's a part where, like, the clock always says it's military time, 23:59. It always says that. But there's a part later that if you wait long enough without looping again, it'll go to all zeros, and then you'll hear the bell, like it's like a church bell almost, like you're supposed to do something, and then you'll start hearing her breathe weird, and she's like making noises and shit, the woman. And it, like, if you go in the bathroom like slightly, don't go fully in the bathroom, and like you look in the mirror, you can see her in the tub. Now when you turn around, she's not there. But if you look in the mirror for that instant, you can see her just like twitching. She's like she's shaking like really fast, like scary fucking like Jacob's Ladder shit, like twitching really fast. And then you're not supposed to look at her. I remember that much because I've seen a few people do this game, and you're not supposed to look at her. Or you can look at her for a second, but you're not supposed to stare at her for long and put your back to her or something. don't look at her because it will fuck up the puzzle or whatever. But like you do that, and sometimes the baby fetus, demon fetus thing will laugh. It'll giggle. It's so weird. Like you can spell out hell. Like on the wall it says they are talking. What does it say? They are calling out to me from, and it's just blank. And then later, like near another wall, you'll see the word hello, hello, in exclamation points. Now, if you examine and zoom into the hello, and then you go back to the wall where that sentence was, they'll add a letter. You go back to hello, a letter will be missing. You go back to the sentence, they'll add that another letter, and then it'll be missing until it spells hell. They're calling to me from hell, and then you'll hear like the lady laugh or something, and it gets all spooky. And like she'll be randomly roaming around the fucking the hallway. She literally will be random. It's fucking random. You never know when it's gonna happen, and it's so scary every time. There was not one moment where I was not afraid when she came on the screen, because there's no noise. Like, yeah, you hear her like cry and like choking and all this stuff, but you don't hear her come to you. Like, it just happens. And like she's like shaking, she's twitching really fast, like bleh, bleh. Like she's shaking really fast, like the scary shit. And if you stare at her, she'll just lunge at you. There's no sound of lunging, and that's what makes it even scarier. There's no sound. She just lunges, or even if she has her back turned to you. This was the one that really made me scream. Like, she was twitching, and you're looking at her from behind her. You see her behind, and she's twitching, and then she just, in an instant, she just turns around without you even seeing, and her face lunges at your character's face, and then she's gone. It is the scariest shit ever. That shit scared me so bad. Like, I was legitimately scared. I felt uncomfortable. I felt it was what I want to feel out of horror, and I'm super excited. This fucking game has potential. And then, anyways, if you manage to do all the puzzles correctly, let me just get to it. You manage to do the puzzles correctly, and then the phone will ring. If you pick it up, the guy says you've been chosen or whatever, and then it shows something happening. It shows like an actual like trailer thing, and this was the reveal. So the game's called PT, the demo anyways. You find out that PT stands for playable teaser, and it's the playable teaser for the new Silent Hill. Yes, new Silent Hill, as the title says. I didn't get to it till now, I was saying it, but it's a new Silent Hill game. Now, I know, I'm super skeptical too. Silent Hill hasn't been good. Well, for me personally, other people are different, but I still don't understand how people can like those shitty American Silent Hills, but whatever. Silent Hill hasn't been truly good since Silent Hill 3. That was the last one that was truly good. The first 3 games in Silent Hill are fucking masterpieces. I love them so much. They're so scary. They're so brilliant. They're masterful. They're art. They're fucking art. They're horror art to their core. But this game has potential. Now, it shows the streets and everything, and there's no fog, I know. Hopefully, we'll see what happens with it. This was just a little teaser. The game, I'm sure, they probably just started making the game. But, like I said, that's why I said I'm not going to get too excited. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit excited about this. That demo really made me feel some things, and I hope there's more of that, and I hope they have an actual game, and I'm excited about it. But the thing that's kind of weird, though, is that the protagonist is starring the character that you are, apparently, is Norman Reedus. He's the guy from the Walking Dead series. He's Daryl, Meryl's little brother. He, in his right, I love The Walking Dead, and I love that character. He's awesome. He's an awesome character. But he's in Silent Hill, like it's portrayed. It's him, and they have his in-game model. It looks just like him. The detail, holy god, it's just like it. But I don't know how that's gonna fly. But I'm not gonna just pass this one, because the American Silent Hills, yes, they've all been shit. I fucking hated what they've done with Silent Hill. Silent Hill has become a fucking joke now. When you mention Silent Hill to people now, they think of Pyramid Heads and nurses and the movie, and I mean the movie was okay for what it was, but it's not Silent. It won't touch Team Silent shit, right? I mean, the first movie, when I first saw it, I was amazed. I thought it was great. It wasn't completely it, but it did capture that atmosphere. It had parts of it that captured the atmosphere, and that's what I liked about it. But it is kind of boring, and I kind of do sleep through the movie now if I watch it. But so it's not that great in the long run, but it was kind of good, but it wasn't. It was a mixture. But then the Silent Hill 2 movie, the Revelations movie, that movie was I knew it was going to be bad. Here's the thing, but I had a chance to see it for free. I just saw it. I just was bored, and I was like, let me just watch it. I already knew going in it was going to be bad. I mean, Vincent as a love interest for Heather, fuck you. It's shit. But I didn't know it was going to be, like, I knew it was going to be bad, but it ended up being the worst movie I ever seen. No, I'm not being like, I'm not joking. It was the literal worst movie that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, there is nothing that can top it as the worst movie. It is just an abomination. I want to vomit just thinking about it. Anyways, I don't want to think about it anymore. Let's get past that. And then all the American games that they fucked up, and Tom Hewlett and his gang, and Devin Shatsky and all this garbage, the fucking Homecoming and shit. Fucking Downpour. I mean, in Origins for the PSP, the PS2 version is a fucking mess, that port. But the PSP original version of Silent Hill Origins, at least they nailed the atmosphere. The atmosphere was pretty decent. I can let that pass. It was pretty decent, the atmosphere. They had that Japanese, that abstract dark. They had that atmosphere going for it, but it still wasn't that great, Origins. But everything after that was just pure fucking garbage. Fucking Silent Hill Homecoming was trash. Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I don't even want to play these games. I haven't. I don't want to. I've seen them. I've heard about them. I've watched the playthrough. They're garbage. They're not scary. They're not scary games. That PT demo, that Silent Hill demo, that alone, that demo scared me more than all the American renditions of Silent Hill combined. Because they don't scare me at all. You know, and then Downpour. People actually like Downpour. It's garbage. I seen it. It's boring. I watched the whole playthrough. It's boring. They reuse the same textures. I mean, watch the Twin Perfect videos on the Silent Hill experience, all the games. They explain it right from my mouth. They take it right from my mouth. That's how I felt about it. It's all garbage. And it's funny that this single, it's just a demo. It fucking scared me more than all those games combined. It's ridiculous. So you find out The Walking Dead Daryl is in it. He's the main character. And here's the big reveal. Hideo Kojima, whatever. The guy that makes Metal Gear Solid. He's famous. Everybody knows him. I love him for making Metal Gear Solid. Now, like I said before, I probably didn't say this in a video, but I don't see eye to eye with him about the recent Metal Gear. I don't care about recent Metal Gear, I know. Ooh. Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, I loved. I was a big fan of. I think they're great. Metal Gear Solid 4, I didn't play for a long time because I didn't have a PS3. And then when I got to play, I just felt it wasn't as good as the other ones, the first 3. Old Snake just wasn't into it. And like some of the scenes in Metal Gear Solid 4 I couldn't get into, and like I didn't really care about even the story that much, which was funny because I was invested into the plot with the Patriots and everything. I just didn't care that much about Metal Gear Solid 4. It was okay, it wasn't bad, but I just didn't care about it as much as the first 3 games. And then the whole Metal Gear Solid 5 controversy with Ground Zeroes being a $40 demo. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want it. It's fucking 40. You know, I'm not for it. I'm not agreeing with Kojima's recent actions and the fact that only David Hayter can do Solid Snake for me. It's been ingrained into my memory since the beginning. You know, I can't have not have David Hayter as Snake. And they get Kiefer Sutherland. That sounds nothing like Snake. It doesn't even sound good. Like I'm just not into it. I'm not invested. I don't care about Phantom Pain and all that stuff. I don't care about Metal Gear Solid anymore. And the fact that Kojima puts himself in the game of Metal Gear Solid 5, yeah, there's a certain part in Ground Zeroes where his character model, Kojima himself, is in the game. The fucking arrogance. Like I said, I just not a big fan of Kojima with that. But he is making this new Silent Hill, and I'm excited. Even though I don't agree with Kojima on things with Metal Gear, like what he showed in the demo, it has promise. And what is it? The guy, this is Mexican guy, right? I forget, or Spain. There's this guy, I forget his name. It's like Guillermo del Toro or something. He's like a famous like horror director for movies or something. And I've heard he's done some strange shit with movies. I don't think I've seen any of his movies. Maybe I should look into that. But I heard that he's pretty good. People said he's good, and people are excited for him and Kojima. And they might get Akira Yamaoka back for the music. I don't know. That's not really confirmed, but they might get him back. I wish they would get Masahiro Itoi, right? That's his name. The art director for the old Silent Hills. I wish they'd get him back. That'd be fucking awesome. But like I said, it has potential to be fucking great, and I'm excited to see more. I need to see more information before I'm too critical. I'm going to be critical. Obviously, I'm going to be critical when I see more because I love Silent Hill. It's a franchise. You know, I love the older ones, and most of... It's funny because most of the series now, the majority of the series is dead to me, and it's only those first 3 games that I've completely loved. It's like the Sonic series. You know, Sonic is a fucking joke nowadays. I mean, you can't bring up Sonic without fucking jawing on Sonic. I mean, he's a fucking joke. He's an internet meme. That's what Sonic is. Every time you see Sonic, it's just shit. He's shit because he has that reputation, because most of his games are fucking garbage. It's like Sonic for me. I like Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Sonic 3 and Knuckles for the Sega Genesis, and I let Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 pass because there's some nostalgia, and the games are okay for what they did. I mean, they haven't aged very well, but they still have their charm, and there's the memories and everything. But like everything after Adventure 2 for Sonic, in my opinion, just sucked really bad. Like it's just garbage, and this new Sonic Boom shit, it just, I don't fucking care. Just stop. That's one of the series I'd wish that would just die. And some people say they just want the Silent Hill series to die, and I'm not against that. You know, I agree with that. I'd rather have something dead. It was good while it lasted. It had a good thing going in the past, and now it's dead, and we move on, and then that's fine. I'd like that, you know, but this demo has what they showed has potential. It has potential for something really scary. They made some scary shit in that demo, and I'm so excited to see more. I want to see what they do with it. Hopefully it's good. That's all I can really say on the matter. I really want to see more. I just want to see more. I mean, like I said, I found out this news. I think the news came out just last night, and I was obsessed. Like, I was looking up demo people playing the game, and I was watching it all night last night. I was watching it multiple times and obsessing over it because I was just immersed into that. And then I even did it today, for 5 hours. I think I watched another person play through it because it's just, I can't play it myself. I don't think it's on PS3. I think it's only on PS4. The PSN store, it's for free. So if you have a PS4, go get it and experience that. It's pretty fucking spooky. I will promise you will get legit spooked out. It's fucking pretty cool. Um, oh yeah, there was a part too I wanted to talk about. There's a part where you get far enough in it where it's the screen starts glitching out, and you think that your game's messing up, but then you hear this demonic voice chant numbers that the radio station was chanting a while ago, and then all of a sudden the screen just does like a blue screen of death. It has its own. It's different every time. There's different screens. It's like an error screen. It like freaks you out. To make you think your game's bugged. It says there's a bug that the team didn't get or something. This error bug, and it says something else. I forget. It's really spooky, like super scary. So, and it's like I wanted to say more about it. I wasn't done talking about stuff. Like I said before, like I've always dreamt about a next gen Silent Hill game, like one that was truly Silent Hill, like truly good. Now this one might not be truly Silent Hill, but I'm willing to give it a chance. If it can spook me, I'm willing to give it a chance, because all the other games are retarded and they're just not scary, frankly. When you've played Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 repeatedly like I have. I mean, each one of those games I beat like 40 plus times in my life, because I got so obsessed with it. It was a religion. I got so obsessed with it. Like it started to seep into my real life almost, I got that obsessed with it. I know that sounds strange, but I just had such a love for it. Like the creativity that these guys have, their minds. Like the Team Silence, their minds, it's just so creative. I share that spark. It sparks my imagination, and like I just got so obsessed with it. I used to obsess. I remember when I started to become a big fan of Silent Hill when I was playing 1 and 2 religiously, and then the third one was coming out. Every day I'd get on Photoshop. I'd get a bunch of the official Silent Hill pictures from Team Silent, and I'd change them different colors and make them dark and make them eerie. Doing all this, I'd have all the Silent Hill OSTs playing, and I'd change colors and make like wallpapers of Silent Hill, and I'd visit the forums when that was a thing, like the Silent Hill UK forums. They had like Vaultiel on the main page, and I'd sign up and I'd talk about Silent Hill and theories, and I was so obsessed with it, It was my thing, and I'd love to have that spark again. I would love to have that again, just obsess about horror again and go crazy. And I'm looking forward to The Evil Within, and I hope Shinji Mikami delivers on that. And we need more horror games. It's a genre that's just kind of died. It kind of died. People stopped making good horror games, and it just makes me sad, because a good horror game makes me fucking smile. So yeah, damn, man, the next gen, and this is all on the Fox engine. This is Kojima's Fox engine. I'm not gonna say shit about that. That's a good engine. I mean, it looks fucking real. It looks really good. The Fox engine is just insane looking, and it's running on that. Like, think about that. A Silent Hill game running on the Fox engine. That's just, it blows my fucking mind. I don't even know how long this video is. I don't even know. But, I just can't stop talking about it. I just been thinking about it all day. I wanted to talk about it. So, what do you guys feel about this whole thing? And, do you have a PS4? Will you download the demo and test it out for yourself? What do you think about it? Does it have potential? I mean, let me know what your thoughts are on it. Are you excited as me? But as excited as I'm showing myself, I'm trying to lower it a bit, because I don't want to, get too excited, and then I get disappointed. Go on the hype train. I'm not trying to jump on that hype train. Not just yet. I need some more information. I need some more footage of the real game. And I need to hear more things. But I'll tell you one thing before I go. I just read an article before I made this video that Kojima talked a little bit about the PT teaser, and I respect Kojima on this. He's a man that took it from my mouth. I love that. You know, there's a lot of time in the gaming industry where people talk out of their fucking ass. All these fucking game developers or PR people or whoever talk out of their ass all this bullshit that you just want to punch them in the face. And it happens a lot, to be honest. The gaming industry is full of fucking shit like that. You're just sick of hearing someone talk nonsense and garbage, right? But Kojima actually came out and spoke something that I've always thought. He said that sometimes, you know, usually when people make horror games, sometimes they don't go too far because they don't want to scare people too much to alienate people from their game and all that stuff. Kojima is taking that and throwing it out the fucking window. He's like, no. Fuck all those restricting yourself bullshit. He said, fuck all this shit, you know, like hiding the true horror or not making shit too scary to it might alienate people and scare them too much. You don't want that. No, Kojima said he's throwing that all out the window and he wants to make you piss your fucking pants scared. He wants to really scare you, like truly scare you. And what goes on in that man's mind? Because I mean, even in the Metal Gear Solid series, there's some abstract horror, believe it or not. I mean, when you play Metal Gear Solid 1, there's Psycho Mantis, parts like that are kind of freaking creepy. It doesn't even belong in that type of game, and it's in there. Metal Gear Solid 2, the GW. I need scissors, 61. You know, the Colonel going crazy, the spooky ghost music, and that was disturbing. That scared me when I first played Metal Gear Solid 2. That part at the end with the arsenal gear and everything. You got shit like that. Metal Gear Solid 3. You know, the fucking fear. He was kind of creepy. And the pain, the bees and everything. And the sorrow. I remember obsessing over that one part in Metal Gear Solid 3. The sorrow. I remember obsessing over that part because it was legitimately scary. So Hideo Kojima has that mind. You can see it come out in his Metal Gear Solid works. Now he's just gonna let loose with this. He's just gonna just not put tidbits in his franchise. He's gonna let it all go in this, and I'm excited to see what he thinks of and that D Toro guy. I really want to see. I'm excited. So I'm gonna end it here because I don't know how long this is. But yeah, go check it out. Share your thoughts with me. I'm excited, okay? Just a little bit.